Hello, Crystal Palace. Welcome to the Upper Norwood Library Hub's Library Live Lunch. This is a place to share positive and useful local information, find out about our fabulous community in more depth, and keep us all connected during this time. So my guest today is Nicola Kelly. Oh, it's lovely to have you back again. Nicola is a youth and community worker specialising in the arts and also a sound therapist. And she's been running the daily compassionate compassionate, that has a tongue twister, Nicola, that's mean. Compassionate pause through the Upper Norwood Library Hub live streaming programme. So Nicola, thank you, it's lovely to have you back again. Tell us about the compassionate pause and what is it?
So the compassionate pause has been running over the whole of lockdown, really, for the last, what's it been, 4 months?
4 months or so.
Okay. And the concept was to just allow people to reconnect with themselves and their bodies through 10 minutes of relaxation and a little bit of contemplation, usually contemplating on themes like compassion or joy or gratitude. And it's just to kind of open up ways to see things from a different perspective, because we get so caught up in what's going on in our minds, what's going on in the world. And so it's just a time to allow that to be left at the door and reconnect with ourselves.
I've certainly found that I haven't been as good about doing it, joining you as I would like, but the times I have, it's made an enormous difference to my day. So it's definitely something I plan to get better at over August.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were keen very early on. I think I had a lot of people comment on how it had supported them and helped them through some difficult times. And I think the other thing is that the more that you do it, the more that you're able to do it, and it becomes more of a routine. And every time we do it, we're sort of changing the neurons in our in our mind. We're sort of making a connection to bring more compassion and more thinking of compassion into our lives.
It's about making it a habit, isn't it? So it just is,
Yeah,
is normal. It's
healthy habits. Yeah.
Healthy habits, like it. It's a new catchphrase for you. So as part of the All Alone Together project that we're running at the moment, that's funded by the Arts Council, you are providing free Soundbath sessions in August.
Yes. Well, they start on Sunday, hopefully.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about. I've called it the summer of love sound baths, and it's it's about reconnecting with ourselves, but in some ways falling back in love with humanity. And so there's 7 sound baths. They last about an hour. And each week we'll have a different theme. So we'll look at gratitude or joy or people that we connect with and love, and kind of just looking at things from a reflective view. So they're going to be on a Sunday evening at 7 p.m. and through a Facebook page. And all you have to do is get into set up a nice comfortable space where you'll be washed in sounds for about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour.
Fab. Sounds absolutely gorgeous. Just before you tell us a bit about what a sound bath is, I just want to say hello to everybody who's watching. So I know we have Susanna, Daniel, Nick, Gaz, Samantha, Tam, Andy and Amy. So it's lovely to have you guys. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions for Nicola, please do drop them in the social media platform, whichever one you're on, and we will try and answer them as we go. So Nicola, tell us a bit about what a sound bath is.
So a sound bath is a technique that uses a variety of instruments that are known for their therapeutic benefits on the body, mind and soul. And it's a way to kind of get out of your head, back into your body, back into your heart. And it uses, the instruments are, I've got a few with me here. So they are Tibetan singing bowls that kind of look like this. Or the crystal bowl, which might sound a bit scratchy because I'm quite close to the. And we have gongs. I've got a really small one here, but you wouldn't think that gongs would put you to sleep. But by the time we get to the gong, most people are asleep, which is quite handy.
Awesome.
The instruments that are used help us get into a deep meditative state. And what we do is we go into a theta brainwave. So it's the brainwave we go into before we go to sleep each night. And it's that brainwave where we are conscious and unconscious at the same time. So we go there every night, but we probably don't really remember it, or we talk about it when we remember our dreams. So we kind of go into that mindset, that brainwave, and it's just a really lovely brainwave to be in. So most people find them quite relaxing. And yeah, they can be used, sounds can be used for therapy as well, but these are just sound baths where it's about relaxation and reconnection, really. So.
I have to say, I was so impressed. I did one with you a few weeks ago, and it was amazing, the variety of different sounds that were in there and how well it worked. I know it's a totally different skill, I guess, for you putting it together as an online thing rather than live. And I loved the variety and the different tones in there and so many different things. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's been quite amazing actually, because when I first was thinking about bringing it online, I just didn't really know how it was going to work, because usually it's in the library, which is in the beautiful room upstairs, and you just get washed in the sound. You're there, you feel it. And I wasn't sure whether that would transpire offline, but it actually has been. The comments have been very positive as well about people's experiencing it in the offline world. So it's good.
There's been a lot of gratitude, I think, as well recently for just anything that is sort of vaguely feels like a normal thing, or things that help us to get out of our heads or get out of feeling trapped in the space we're in. Have you found that as well?
Well, only because you've said it, actually. I didn't really think about the spaces that we're in. That's a really good point. I'm going to use that in my sales.
You're welcome.
Wowzers, I've gone off on another place now.
We're here to help. So you have kind of touched on this, but tell us about the benefits of Soundbath.
So there's many benefits to a sound bath, and but I think the one that most people will kind of relate to is that there is a release of stress, usually of some sort. People generally feel, I suppose, we become quite blocked with our thinking, and we become quite blocked in our bodies. And the way that the sound works is that it helps release that, or enables us to stretch a little bit, like you would in yoga or any sort of exercise. We're kind of energetically stretching, so it just allows for a release of some sort. But there's lots of other benefits to the sound. So I'm trying to think off the top of my head now.
Well, stress release is a pretty good one, especially right now.
This is really good. I'll stick with that one for now. I'll come back to all the other benefits later on. Some people will report better sleep or more creativity, sometimes on a physical level. So I've had people that have, had a pain in the shoulders, and then they reported that that pain has, is no longer there, because we're holding quite a lot of tension in the body. And so it just really depends on the person, and and each experience is always very different to the last one. So because we come to the room as a different person anyway, each time that we turn up anywhere, we are different. So
I think for me as well, just thinking about the benefits, I fully am on board with the benefits of mindfulness and meditation, but I find it very hard to do, which is one of the reasons why your compassionate pause, got it right this time, in the morning is so lovely, because I don't get tied up with my own thoughts, because I'm obviously following what you're saying. And I think Soundbath for me was very similar, that it's, if I was told to just lie on the floor for half an hour, my brain would immediately be going a million miles an hour. And actually having something to listen to that is changing and has a kind of progression, but which at no point has anything abrupt that takes you out of it or kind of makes you jump. And it's lovely to have that sort of any kind of guided, led thing, speaking as somebody who overthinks things a lot and whose brain is quite often working a bit too hard, I think. It's really lovely to be led through something, so that the meditation, you don't consciously feel like you're doing it.
I think that's right, actually. I don't know what's wrong with me. My head, I'm not holding any thoughts in my head. It's like really embarrassing.
It's Friday. So I think possibly I feel like I should say to people watching at this point that that we both have our heads not quite in the right place, because I'm actually waiting for a delivery that was supposed to happen in about 2 hours time, and literally just before we went live I got the message saying they were on their way. So I'm like, I turned up on our Zoom call saying to Nicola, so I might have to leave in the middle of this, so can you just take over? So I think both our brains have just kind of gone a little bit. So
feeling puzzled.
There you go. Personal insight into what happens backstage on this show. Anyway, moving on. So this is probably quite a good question for right now. So what would your top tip be for somebody who's finding mindfulness a bit difficult?
So one, I think, is that we put a lot of pressure on ourselves in anything that we try to do. So it's good to take the pressure off, for one, and to be kind to ourselves. So, we're not going to be amazing at mindfulness when we first start, because we still have all the judgment, or we haven't quite worked out how to do it. So one of the things is to acknowledge that, build momentum each day. So if you start with 30 seconds, then, good on you. And then the next day, try 40 seconds until you can build it up. And then mindfulness is really about being present within the moment and experience what is going on for you in the moment. So what people will often say is that they can't do it because their mind is always thinking and it's always jumbled, or they become aware of their thoughts, they can't switch off. And so when you become aware of that, because often when this is going on all the time in our heads, but we are not aware of it. So when you become aware of it, then it's a case of just acknowledging those thoughts as thoughts, because that's all they are, and then coming back to our breath, taking a deep breath in, and I would just start with that, really, and then you know, think about your senses. So if you are sitting outside, you know, feeling the wind on your face, or the feet in the ground. You know, they're really simple techniques, but to intentionally experience that is mindfulness, really.
Yeah. Do you think that the current situation has actually led people that way anyway? I've heard so many people say that they've really appreciated kind of the bird song and they've been noticing it, or you know, just going for a walk in the woods and actually taking a moment to stop and appreciate where they are, and maybe things that they wouldn't normally do. So I wonder if one of the sort of maybe positive things we can take from this time going forward is exactly that. Have you
Yeah, I
noticed
mean,
that?
I mean, I certainly noticed it. And even just walking around, you see so much more people enjoying open spaces and connecting and finding out about their area. You know, there's lots of people in areas that I thought were mine.
Yeah.
I now have to share. But yeah, it's lovely. I think the thing is not to forget that, you know, because it's easily forgotten when we become busy, or as life changes. These are the little healthy habits that we can start to forget about, or you know, we lose the memory of them. And so it's about how you intentionally bring that into your space each day.
Yeah, and build it up to be regular habits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and kind to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really interesting actually talking to you about these sort of things a bit, because it chimes so much with what I find myself doing in singing teaching a lot and choir leading and things. And the biggest thing I've come to after kind of 10 years or more of doing it is that the awareness is the absolute key thing, because if you don't know what you're doing, then you can't change it. You know, if you don't know what your tension habits are, then you can't let them go. If you don't know what your face is doing when you're singing something, you can't change it, you know. And just
Mm-hmm.
it's really interesting to hear you say it in the context of a slightly different thing, but it's the same principle. Really
Yeah, I think
interesting.
everything is everything, though, isn't it? The way that you do one thing is the way that you do everything, and it's all connected. So if you can work out particular things in one area of your life, then you're pretty much repeating it, I think, in another area of your life. It's just got a different name.
Which is really good. If you can build the healthy habits in, then you can
Yeah.
link them across the different areas. But if you're stuck in really unhealthy habits, that's kind of bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but even the unhealthy habits, you know, like if I'm disorganized here, which I am quite a disorganized person. So if I'm disorganized here in this area of my life, you can guarantee that it's going to reflect in a mirror on this side. So if I can just work out my routines or my systems connected with changing that particular way of being,
Yeah.
then it's going to be a domino effect, and you know, help me in other areas of my life. And I think that when we're trying to change, or you know, we want to do everything. We want to be like, oh, I want to be a creator, and I want to have an uncluttered house, and I want to have this routine. I'm talking about myself here.
You're very aptly mirroring me too.
And actually sometimes it's just about going, oh, well, where do I start? Let me just start with one little thing and see how that plays out in other areas.
Would you like to give us a little thing that we could build into our lives?
Yeah, this is so simple it hurts. So this is a kind of just a grounding exercise where it's going to take like 10 seconds, but just have your feet on the ground, so your soles of the feet on the ground, and just kind of yeah, become aware of your body. So maybe like lift your shoulders slightly, and if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes and just start to take a couple of deep breaths in. And then just place your hands on your heart and breathe into your heart. And then if you want to, you can also place your hands on your head and then just feel that head-heart connection while you continue to breathe, and just notice how you feel. And that's it. But it's really lovely.
It is really lovely. It's making me very aware that my body is kind of on alert, waiting for this wretched delivery, but actually kind of being aware of it, and that's a really nice connection between the two. And it is,
Yeah.
I think if I sat like that for a bit, I could calm myself down quite well.
Yeah, I mean, we do it with children, don't we? We hold their heads, you know, and it's just like giving yourself a lovely hug.
And actually, at the moment, when physical touch is still basically a no-no unless you're living with somebody, it's kind of, yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
Maybe we have to kind of
yeah,
find the,
yeah,
like, how do we keep that sense of
absolutely.
touch, I guess.
Yeah, that's really another one for the.
Again, you're welcome. I'm going to be charging you commission on this.
Yeah.
And then
and if you wanted to energize yourself, you could do some body drumming on yourself. This is just kind of like, you know, sort of tapping. You can get like really energized by that.
Yeah.
Clapping. All right. Oh.
Excellent. Good. Yeah. This might possibly be my delivery. No, not sure. So I can see they're going to arrive just at the point when I need to tell everybody about what else is going on. We are actually nearly out of time. So I think at this point, would you like to tell everybody how they can get involved with the August free sound baths?
Free sound baths. So hopefully there will be a link attached to this, whatever this is.
There is.
And you can sign up to it, and then hopefully, if everything's working right, you'll receive an email from me to go, ta-da, welcome, with all the information and the dates and times. And I've also created a lovely handbook with a outlining each week a little bit about mindfulness, 7 lovely tips to help you along your sound bath journey, and also a lovely habit tracker. Ooh. So I know. So you can print this off, put it on your fridge, and then basically the idea is, it's like, you know, if you go to Costa or anything like that and you have 6 coffees, so you kind of stamp it off and then you get free coffee. Well, what you do is you put down your list of well-being, healthy habits that you want for the next 7 weeks. And each day, when you've done 6 of them, then you give yourself a little treat. So it could be really simple things like, I'll drink some more water, I make sure I go outside, you know, I'll do a wham dance, whatever it is. And then you just pick and choose what you're doing, but that you kind of stamp the 6, and then give yourself an ice cream or a bath.
Awesome.
A bath might be your healthy treat, your healthy habit. I don't know. I meant like a really lovely like face mask, but that's also a lovely habit. So, but anyway, that's the idea. And then you'll also receive links to a private Facebook page where we'll kind of meet as a group, and I'll kind of keep you updated weekly with the kind of tasks, and then you can tune in to the sound bath on the Sunday at 7 p.m. Or you'll be able to watch it. And again, it's like really flexible, so you are able to just pick one or pick all 7, or just, you know, pick and choose, just make it work for you. And that is the concept. That's the awesome idea.
And it's free.
And so at the moment, there's 124 people signed up. Yay! Wow. Which is great. And because it's 7 weeks and it's 7 sound baths, it'd be really lovely to get 700 people all together
Awesome.
sort of in this lovely space. So it is pass it on, and let's get a movement going.
Amazing. Awesome. Guys, if you're watching, do sign up. The link is in the feed at the bottom of this page. It's free. You've got nothing to lose, whether you know and love Soundbath or you've never done it before. You have absolutely nothing to lose. So awesome. I can't wait. Thanks, Nicola. It's been, as always, brilliant to talk to you. Thank you for dealing with my head being just whacking her equipment everywhere. Yeah, it's been lovely to chat to you. And actually, I have to say, I feel actually more grounded than I did at the start. So that's lovely. Thank you very much. So just before we finish, a couple of quick things I need to say. One is, this Sunday, 6 p.m, we have a free live stream concert through the Upper Norwood Library Hub. This is Make Them Hear You. Those of you who know Daniel Stockton and his West End nights at the Library Hub, he had to cancel the one in June, obviously, because of the situation. So this is live performers in the Library Hub. Sadly, we can't have a live audience at the moment, obviously, but it's being live streamed from the Library Hub to you. So please do like the Library Hub page, come join us. Palace a Cappella are very thrilled to be part of this, and we're just putting the finishing touches to our virtual choir video for that. So we'd love to see you there. Obviously, the advantage to online is that it's not restricted by area. You don't have to be able to get to Crystal Palace. So please spread it far and wide. Pass it on to your friends and family in New Zealand, because, you know, it doesn't really matter where they are. So spread it around. That'd be great. Daniel is also co-running with Emily Jewell at the Library Hub a children's musical theatre camp, which is starting on Monday. Places are limited because we obviously have to maintain sensible distance and things. They will be looking at choreography and drama to some songs which we played. So they won't actually be singing, but they'll be working on all the other elements that go with that. Limited places, extra limited because of the current situation. So a few places left. If you'd like one, please do sign up as soon as you can. I think that's it from me for today. I am going to be back on Monday with Jennifer Farmer talking about Disentangle Theatre's current writers project, which will be really interesting. So brilliant. Thank you, Nicola. That was lovely to chat to you again. I can't wait for your sound baths in August. Very much looking forward to it. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.